Hey everyone, and thanks for logging in. This is Freddie of Freddie King's Home Decor, and today's video is another, I'm gonna call this a mini shopping haul. I think I only have 4 items to share with you, but nonetheless, I wanted to show them to you before I put them away. So let's see where to start. I think I'm going to start with Amazon. Now, actually, I only have one of the lamps here. These lamps were purchased for me by my oldest son, and I'm just kind of, I guess it's fair to say they are standard height or full height. I only brought one of them over here to show on this video, but I wanted to share at least the pattern and explain why I picked these out. You can see that it has the distress look. It is a two-tone of white, and it looks like the overlay is almost like, I'm gonna say it's really gold, but once it goes on top of the white, it gives it just this real distress, almost like a very worn look. I like the pattern, the white, but I really liked how it looks old, worn, almost like they've been around for a while. The cutouts are really nice. It just kind of gives another dimension to the lamp itself. So these came from Amazon. They came to, I believe, for $168. Don't quote me on the price. But, you know, it comes in a it comes in a well-packaged box, and I've already taken all of the parts out and put the lamp together, obviously. So now let me show you the lamp shade that came with this. Let me sit it on the floor. I had not popped the lamp shades themselves out of the packaging. Let me just sit back a little bit so you'll be able to see better. So I will show that to you real time. So I hadn't done this because I haven't decided where I want the lamps to go. So I put them away upstairs in a spot until I'm ready to use them. So you can kind of see that they come like this, and you basically just pop it open. And of course, these have to fold up underneath here like this. Let me go ahead and do it a little bit off screen so that you can see how it goes. And then the lampshade will be totally assembled. So you just gotta pop these wire racks to hold the shade sturdy. Is basically what I'm doing. So while I am doing this, let me just kind of share as I'm doing this that I am still changing a large portion of my house to a rustic look. I recently swapped out or traded out a large 10-foot dining room table that I had in one portion of my house. Very nice table, but I just wanted to get something else, so I was able to bless someone else with that table and purchase a new table. Okay, so here is the lampshade. What I really like about it, is that it is not circular. I have a lot of circular lampshades, so this one, I'm just gonna call it a square, although it's angled right at the corners. And then of course the base of it is wider than the top. But I just really like it because it goes with the rustic theme, because this has almost like a light burlap feel. It's not smooth. You can feel just the fabric is a little bit rough when you run your hands across it. So I really like that. So if I were to put this together, it would just easily go. I don't plan to use these anytime soon, but when I am ready to swap out the lamps, I have already a new pair. I'm going to move the camera back so you can see it just a little bit better. I already had a new pair of lamps that I can easily swap these out for. So $168 for the two. Amazon, and again, they come well packaged. This is not a collaboration, so this is not a specific endorsement for this Amazon product, but I'm just sharing with you that this is beautiful. To get the two for $168, and they're very, very good quality. And let me mention this before I forget. What drew me to this lamp is that the on-off switch is on the back of the lamp and not up here on the actual where the bulb goes. So I was very appreciative of that. I'll have to check it out to see why it has two switches. I did remember, now that I see it, that the switch was down here, but you can see that it has two. So I'll just have to see if it changes the brightness or something like that. But I really wanted a switch here where you don't have to reach up under the lampshade and turn it as pretty much as I normally do for my other lamp. So $168 for the two. And then this little beauty right here, this is a vintage bale, near and dear to my heart, this bale. I do like vintage things, but my son purchased this for me as well. I picked it out, and well, he said, you know, just pick out what you want. And I really liked this bale. Initially, I thought that it was going to be a little bit taller than what it is, but maybe I misread the height of it because I had looked at some others. But the reason why I picked this one vice the others that I know for a fact were taller is because this one has the decorated look. I didn't want just a solid bale with no pattern at all. So I'm gonna say this is approximately 3 inches tall at most, but you can see the character of it. Tall enough to obviously sit somewhere on the shelf or counter, small enough where it doesn't bring just all the attention to a bale. So it's just a nice vintage home decor piece that you can integrate into your settings: coffee table, credenza, nightstand. I'm trying to think of where else I could put it. Coffee table, credenza, nightstand, end table, bookshelf, anywhere where you just like the color and think that it will add a unique look. To be so small, it gives quite a ring. So I am grateful. I am grateful for this bale, and I likely will have that out somewhere in my house as a standard, a staple decor piece for me. Moving right along, so I started to go to my kitchen to show you this next piece, but then I got lazy sitting down here on the couch, and I said I'm gonna bring the item to the video. So let me pull this camera back up. You know, I got a new camera lately, so just kind of bear with me if some of these videos are a little bit the lighting and everything. I'll try to keep them as clear as I can, but I'm trying out 2 new cameras. I'm also trying out new lights, and you know, I'm just trying to see what angle, what time of day works best for me. But today I got a little bit lazy. This is actually the iPhone that I'm using, but I will do much better in the future. So as I was saying, I should have just taken pictures of this item and then, you know, talk to it in a voiceover. But I'm like, nah, I'm gonna just bring it here and bring it to the camera. So about, I'm gonna say 2 weeks ago, I was making peanut butter cookies, which is something that I enjoy doing. Peanut butter cookies are my favorites. And my KitchenAid mixer, which I've had for over 20 years, finally just kind of gave out on me. It gave out. I couldn't get the attachment that I was using out of the top. Now, why I was disappointed, I don't know, because I have had the mixer for more or over 20 years, just as I said, when I first started out making wedding cakes and baking. But then again, how can you be mad if something has lasted you for 20 years? At least 20 years. So I got my $300 and some odd out of the KitchenAid mixer. But I then went to Amazon and decided I want to just buy me a new one, go ahead and just, you know, bite the bullet, buy me a new one, so when I'm ready to bake, I have what I need. And I decided to purchase, I can't say that I know how to pronounce it, but HONINST. Now, I would have bought the box over here to show you how fancy the box is, but the box is not that fancy. It's just a standard brown box, and it says mixer, but it was well packaged. The box didn't have anything that made you go, you know, wowed over. It's just a plain box, and it has the outline of the mixer. But everything that was supposed to be in the box is in the box. I really, really like this. So it's a KitchenAid-like. It was approximately half the price. This one was $179, I believe. And it does everything that I need for it to do. Here is the speed dial. And if I want to lift the mixer up, you know, I just hit this button right here. And then I can turn it and close it. And then, you know, it's the same for the most part. But here's why I chose this particular model. In addition to the same attachment, so this wire, I'm gonna call it a whisk style. This is not as heavy as the one I just had for the KitchenAid, but you know, I guess it does what it needs to do if you're using the appropriate attachment. And then here is this style. I don't think I've ever used this, even when I was using the KitchenAid. And then the standard beater. So it comes with the 3 attachments. Of course, it comes with the mixer instruction manual. A lot of folks don't care about instruction manuals. I do, because I like to know what a product is supposed to do and not what I stumble across that it can do. So I'm very appreciative of a manual, and I don't like to go online and download it. Just put the manual in the box, please, and thank you. So I'm a big fan of having the book. Sometimes you don't use your items as much, or you forget something, and it's always good to have the manual to refer to. And so here is the stainless steel bowl that obviously locks down into the stand. So let me just kind of do that right now. I'm a little bit extreme, but that's what I'm doing. Just locking it down into the stand as usual. And I didn't twist it all the way, but you get the idea. If you've seen one industrial mixer, you've seen them all. But here's why. This is what drew me to this model, or a model similar to this Vice KitchenAid. The KitchenAid mixer that I had, even though I've had it ever since the late 1990s, and so now we're in 2025. It did not have a splash cover, and so I was always trying to adjust the speed so all of the batter, the cookie dough, the cake mix did not fly out on the side. So what drew me to this one is that once you put the bowl up under the mixer and put the beater in, or whatever attachment you're going to use, it has this splash cover, so all of the stuff does not splash out the bowl on you or on the counter. That is what drew me to this mixer. I will certainly let you know The next time I bake not chocolate chip cookies, I guess I need to do chocolate chip. I will certainly let you know the next time I do peanut butter cookies, how well this mixer works. But that's why I got that mixer. Again, that was from Amazon. And again, the brand is Honinst. Honinst. However, that is correctly pronounced. The last item I'm going to show you in this shopping haul. This item came today, so I just threw this one in so that I can just go ahead and put these things out the way. I'm sure I know what it is. I recently got rid of or blessed someone with some florals that I had. And so all I did was go back and replace some of the florals that I just gave away because they were doing a centerpiece arrangement, and the florals that I had for the centerpiece, they liked them, and so I gave them those. And then I said, well, you know what, while they're on sale, or maybe they weren't on sale, I'm gonna go back and try to get another set for myself. So from Amazon, and the florals come in a packaging like this. I can tell right now this is an additional set. I didn't have this set before. This is a set that while I was ordering to replace what I had given away, I saw some that I also wanted to try. I don't have all of the prices, but they were in the neighborhood. These particular ones were in the neighborhood of 20, let's just round up and say $30. So they come coiled like this from the company. And all I have to do is, based on the vase that I want to put these in, is uncoil them or straighten them out. Or if it's a shorter vase, I can bend it. So I'm just gonna bend this one just to have more space right here to work with. And then I start arranging them according to my liking, right? So, and again, I have probably a set of 8 right here. So it can be as thin, the florals in the vase can be as sparse or as full as you need to. I can easily just put 2 or 3 of these spaced out in a vase, or I can do a full floral arrangement and put all of the ones that you see. But what I normally like to do is just really take my time to spread them out the way that I like for them to be arranged, and then I go from there. So this is a new look, a new style, a new stem type that I decided to get from Amazon. All of them came from Amazon, but if you put in the search bar 8-piece stems, 43.3 inches, it'll show you all of the manufacturers that have 8 pieces in the collection or in the set, and 43.3 inches long top to bottom. And then for each manufacturer, it'll tell you the different varieties. Green, one style is just green, then green one might have a tint of, it might be a lighter shade of green, but the whole stem is green. And then they'll have orange, and then it'll be an orange and brown blend. At least that's what I remember from one of the manufacturers that I looked at. But artificial plants, 8 pieces. They have 3 pieces, 4 pieces, and 8 pieces. 43.3 inches long, and it will give you the variety. So I'm probably going to leave the rest of these coiled as they currently are. I'm just gonna swirl them back to the circle and likely put them back in this container, or better yet, this box, until I'm ready to use them wherever I'm going to put them. So I think that is about it. I just wanted to share with you my new lamps. And of course, those came from Amazon. Well, everything that I showed you today came from Amazon. I just ordered at different times. My new lamp, my new mixer, my new plants. I have more artificial plants coming. And without a doubt, my little vintage veil. That means a whole lot to me. I just want to say thank you for tapping into this video. Thank you to all my subscribers and all my new subscribers. I am pushing to reach 3,000 subscribers, and prayerfully I will be there by the end of March. So I have approximately another week or so. If you are not one of my subscribers and you've tapped into this video and you like the content that I share and the home decor designs that I put out or display, then please just hit your subscribe button. Make sure you click your notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload videos. Sometime next week, I'm going to be in receipt of my new everyday table setting. I really like it. I said table setting, but it's a dining room set. I really like it. It is coming from Ashley's, between Ashley's, Rooms to Go, a couple other places. I really like their furniture, but what I like more than their furniture is their customer service. I also got some other things from Ashley's as well, but when I receive them, I'll do separate videos to show you how we're transforming our home into a more rustic farmhouse cottage everyday look. Not the entire space, but a large portion of the space, as I've been saying all along. And with that, this is Freddie. I am Freddie King's Home Decor, and I'll see you in the next video.